people think my father, Herbert T. Gillis, is mean and rough and impossible to get along with. I'm here to tell you they're wrong. Well, not completely wrong, of course, but, well, what they are is right. I mean, I can see how my father might give that kind of impression, but that's not the real Herbert T. Gillis. No, sir. Here, I'll show you how he really is.
You are right, Hogan. No businessman should send a note like this to a customer.
Now you are talking.
But a customer means somebody who buys groceries, and in my book, to buy groceries means to pay for groceries, and that lets you out.
Stop! Stop. All right, so that was a bad example. But Mr. Hogan's the kind of fellow who can make anybody mad. Look, I'll show you how he acts toward our nice customers.
Enough for 8 of us, all on diets, but with very little willpower. Get it down by 1 o'clock, okay?
Just a minute. I happen to be a high. What do you want to look like, a two-bit old...
Stop. I'm sure he acted pleasant once. I remember the time. Let's just try once more. Now, you're going to see a kind, sweet, generous Herbert T. Gillis. But what bugs me is that when a person like Dad acts nice, everybody gets suspicious. It's awful. You'll see.
Come here, I want to talk to you.
Something wrong, dear?
If anything was wrong, would I be around buying high-class gifts for my loved ones? Here, you too, Maynard.
Why, what in the world?
Hey, Dobe, that ain't your father. Somebody kidnapped him and stole his face.
Maynard.
I'll prove it. Ask him a trick question, like his social security number.
Gee, Mr. G, bubble bath.
You deserve it, kid. Come on, let's open it up here.
Oh, a mink coat. Oh, Herb. For me?
Well, I'd look kind of silly going to lodge in it, wouldn't I? Son, I don't want you to think I forgot you.
Stop! You see how suspicious people are? Dad does something nice, and right away, Maynard's sure something's wrong. Ask him his social security number. Boy, what a contemptible trick.
Well, there she is, boy.
For me? For us?
Yes, sir. She's all yours, son.
Dad, what's your social security number? All right. So Dad gave Mom a mink coat and me a convertible. What's so strange about that? I find it perfectly natural. I don't have any questions, except one little one. Why?
You want to know why? I'll tell you why. I finally took a look at myself, a good look, and I did not like what I saw.
Me neither, no offense.
No offense and butt out. Do you know what I have become? Well, I will tell you what I have become.
Mean and rotten.
Maynard, if you... No, Maynard is right. I have become a mean and rotten slave to the almighty dollar. Why, I've put in so much time in the business here, I haven't had any time to spend with my family. I haven't had any time to live a little.
That ain't so, Mr. G. If you take care of yourself, you got 4 or 5 more years, if you're lucky.
But we know that you love us, dear, but we can't afford these things. Between the car and the mink, you must have spent $4,000 or $5,000.
$5,724.68 to be exact, but who's counting and stop worrying? It's all paid for, practically.
But where did you get the... Herbert, you sold the store.
Practically. There's a big executive from a supermarket chain coming this afternoon to cinch the deal. Winnie, this store represents 25 years of experience and shrewd management. Now, what is that worth? Let's be conservative. Let's be ridiculously conservative. Say, $1,000 a year times 25 years. Why, that's $25,000 plus $10,000 for the population explosion, improvement to the neighborhood, the cost of living index. Why, this store's worth $35,000 at the minimum.
Golly, Dad, this is a nice little store, but $35,000, that's an awful lot of money.
You'll understand these things later on, boy. Why, just consider our deluxe fixtures. Consider our gourmet-type stock. Consider the personality I've built into this thing. Why, the key to the front door is worth $35,000 alone.
There ain't no key to the front door. There's just that old hook.
This is such a surprise that I don't know what to say. I mean, if you sell, where will we go? What will we do?
I'll tell you, little lady, where we will go and what we will do. We will take a couple of years off and we will spend all of this money. We'll make the grand tour. New York, London, Paris, Rome, the Riviera.
But the money won't last forever.
Let me finish. Now, when the money starts dwindling down to, say, 5 or 4 digits, and of course that'll take years, we'll come home and I'll waltz in and get a job managing some big supermarket.
And you'll have a regular check, and you'll come home for supper at 6, and you'll wear a suit. Oh, Dobie, do you remember what he looked like in a suit?
No.
Oh, all right, I'll buy a suit. I'll buy 3 suits. Now, come on, Dobe, hop in here and rev this thing up. You folks got a lot of shopping to do yet this afternoon.
Here we go.
Hey, Herbie, baby. Hey, where's your apron? Look, Hogan, I got a very important business appointment and no time to jaw with you.
Hey, Herb, you know that check I gave you to hold till next month?
How can I forget it?
Would you hold it for me till the month after next? I mean, I hate to ask.
You hate to ask. You've been hating but overcoming it for 20 years.
You'll do it, huh?
Okay, now beat it, will you, and stop bugging me.
Herbert T. Gillis, you're a great American and one heck of a grand guy.
Hi, Mr. Gillis. So where's your apron?
Mrs. Tarantino, I'm a busy man. I got no time for small talk.
You got no time. Look at me. My husband's brothers are coming to dinner. All 12 of them with their wives, so now
So you gotta run off someplace and get your nails done or something, and in the meantime, you want me to pick the food for your hungry relatives and have it to the house by 6 o'clock. Well, my answer to...
No, you better make that 5 o'clock. Those old stuffed chow-hounds are a cinch to show up early. Thanks, Mr. Gillis. You're a doll.
My name is Sam Gummidge. I'm with Mammoth Markets Incorporated. I'm looking for Gillis.
Oh, well, you were looking at Gillis.
Gillis?
Oh, Herbert T.
So where's your apron?
Well, I'm sort of on the executive level around here. Management, you might say.
Uh-huh.
I think my letter spelled the deal out pretty clearly. She's a little beauty, no mortgage, no credit backlog, free, clear, and ready to go.
I know. We checked you out in the book.
Now, look, Gummidge, we are both high-class businessmen, so there's no sense in our fencing or haggling. You can see she's a buy at $40,000, but I like your looks. I like the cut of your jib. So for this afternoon only, and to you only, $35,000 takes her away.
Pickle tripe. I haven't seen that in years.
Oh, well, I carry it for my Deluxe Gourmet type customers. Naturally, the neighborhood's loaded with them.
Naturally, and I guess it's true for this Dice sow belly?
Oh, naturally.
Naturally. Now, Mr. Gillis, if I could take a look at your accounting system.
Oh, she's out shopping.
What?
Oh, the little woman. She takes care of the books and handles all the high-type financial transaction. Oh, a mighty efficient woman. Mighty attractive, too. Sure.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I have all the pertinent data. You've got a fair location here.
Oh, right smack dab in the heart of the population explosion. This is 100% A #1 territory. Just make the check out to Herbert T. Gillis. Be sure to put the T in. That's the way they know me down at the bank.
$6,000.
Down payment.
Full price.
$1,000 for this elegant establishment? Why, that's a cotton-picking, carpetbagging outrage. What about these Deluxe fixtures? What about this exclusive stock? What about this blue ribbon neighborhood? What about my 25 years of goodwill? What about...
Gillis, you forced me to be frank. This stock is pathetic. The fixtures are obsolete. The neighborhood is 2 steps above a slum. And I've never known goodwill to pay the bill on the 1st of the month. I'm sorry. Now, here's my card. I advise you to think over my offer calmly. Good day.
It's $6,000. It's an outrage, and yours truly, Herbert T. Gillis, ain't gonna take it. Kate? $3,200 for the convertible, $2,300 for the first, plus tax, plus 68 cents for Maynard's bubble bath. Maynard's bubble bath, how does he always gets mixed up in this family.
Oh, Dobie, dear, you're too extravagant. We're not actually millionaires, you know.
Well,
Winnie.
we're not worth quite $1 million, Mom, but you don't have to go around telling everybody.
Son.
Well, hi, Dad.
Oh, hello, dear.
Yeah, hi, hello, how have you been? And simmer down. Look, Just because we've got all this money don't mean that we couldn't be a little conservative.
Well, of course, dear.
Sure, Dad. Now, excuse me. I want to go out to the car and bring in the other packages.
Yeah, you know, we don't want to act like these nouveau riches type.
Like
and
gangway,
go
like
our
beep,
money
beep.
all over the place. I was thinking, Winnie, that, you know, we shouldn't embarrass the neighbors by spending it all at once. Maybe we ought to kind of like taper off, change our
Like
way of
gangway,
life
like
gradual,
beep,
like
beep.
this. Let's not spend it all in one place, just for appearance's sake, you know, and then I could go out and get a job managing some supermarket.
A job? Why, Herbert?
Oh, just to pass the time. A job will help me taper off, you know.
Job? Did you say job, Dad? Why?
Well, to keep busy. Why else would I want a job?
A job, Mr. G. How come?
To stay out of the poorhouse. Oh, no, what I mean is, you can't just turn an old fire horse like me out to pasture just like that, you know. I gotta get back to civilian life by easy stages.
Well, yes, dear. I suppose you would feel better that way. But, dear, where are you going to get this job?
Well, it's not a job exactly. It's more like a position.
Well, where are you going to get this position?
Well, do you remember Fred C. Dobbs, my good buddy down at the Bison Lodge?
Of course.
And do you remember his son, Fred C. Dobbs, Jr.?
Yes, a darling little boy. Always used to run around hugging that big teddy bear.
Winnie, I got news for you. Today, Fred C. Dobbs, Jr. just happens to be the general personnel director of the biggest supermarket chain in the state. And I know he's going to be very happy to give yours truly, Herbert T. Gillis, that he used to call Uncle Herbie, an executive-type position that I am capable of filling.
Yes, Gladys? Gillis? Herbert T? No kidding. Well, sure, I'm right in.
Oh, Fred C. Dobbs, Jr. Long time no see. How have you been, son?
It's great to see you, Mr.
Oh,
Gillis.
it just seems like yesterday that you were scooting around in short pants and hugging that great big old teddy bear.
Well, that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, your dad always used to say he figured you probably wouldn't get rid of it till you were a sophomore in high school.
He's a great kidder,
But
Dad.
you've done okay, boy. It's a pretty nice office you got for yourself here, huh?
Mr. Gillis.
Herbie, remember Uncle Herbie?
Oh, yeah, Uncle Herbie. Hey, it's wonderful of you to drop by like this, but I'm pretty rushed today.
Oh, I know how it is with us busy executives, so I'll come right to the point, Junior. I mean, Fred. I've been thinking it over, and I finally decided to give you a break.
A break?
Yes, sir. I've been kicking it around in my head quite a while now, and I'm going to take over one of those manager jobs with Swift Thrift Markets Incorporated.
You what?
Yeah, oh, I've been thinking about it quite a while now, and I've decided I'm ready. I can take over the first thing tomorrow.
Mr. Gillis.
Herbie, Uncle Herbie. remember?
Uncle Herbie. Yeah. Well, you've got a story of your own. Why do you want to go to work for us?
I've proved myself for 25 years. I've got experience, reputation, all the money I need.
Oh.
What I want now is less headaches. You know, a job where savvy pays off, where I can take life a little easier, spend a little more time with my family.
Mr. Gillis, Uncle Herbie, I think you ought to think this over very carefully before you decide to make
Oh, believe me, I have. You just tell me when and where, and I'll be there bright and early in the morning.
Uncle Herbie, I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, you gotta decide which store needs my talents the most, huh?
Actually, we just don't have a spot for you.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Why, I know everything there is to know about food. I've been buying and selling it my whole life.
I know. I know you're one of the pioneers of the grocery industry in this part of town, but, you see, our operation's a little different.
Different? It's the food game, ain't it?
Well, yes, but we're an organization of marketing scientists, display designers, motivation researchers.
Motivation research. So you spend $1 million making a survey just to prove that everybody in the dead blame country gets hungry 3 times a day.
Well, I'm afraid you're oversimplifying.
Then I've been oversimplifying for 25 years. Look, I know food. I know it from top to bottom. And you need experts? Okay, I'm not one to argue with progress, but you still need guys to show them types how to move the merchandise. You need store managers, and that's where I come in, see? Because believe me, Oh, look at me. Look at me. Telling the boss. You know, it's hard to remember how fast you kids grow up. But you still need store managers.
Oh, our managers must be experts in all areas.
Look,
you just don't fit into our operation.
Look, I don't mean to rush in here and take over. How about assistant manager? Assistant to the assistant? Oh, well, who's proud? I'm just killing time anyway. I'll be a checker.
No, sir.
Clerk?
No.
Stock boy?
No, I'm very sorry. Look. Now, how old are you, Uncle Herbie? 55?
47.
Well, I can't start a man at your age. I'd love to, but I simply can't. Company policy. Look, neighborhood stores are a vital part of the food industry. Go back to it. It's something you know, something you're an expert at. A place where you belong. Don't hurt yourself by trying to start a new career at your age.
Well, thanks for your time, Junior.
Uncle Herbie, look, believe me, there's nothing I'd rather do than help you out when you need it. But
Who needs it? I was just trying to give you a break. Just trying to give you a jump on the competition. Just remember, you had your chance and you blew it.
Hi, Francie, Dobbs Jr., how good to see you.
hello, Mrs. Gillis. Aunt Winnie. Hi, Junior.
How are you?
Fine, how are
Good to see
you? Is Mr. Gillis around? I mean, Uncle Herbie.
No, dear. He just telephoned he'll be home in about an hour or so. My, how time flies. Why, it seems like only last week that you were running around in short pants hugging that great big teddy bear.
Yes, well, that's been quite a while ago.
Oh, my, how you used to love that there. Why, your daddy used to say that you wouldn't let go of it until you were a senior in high school.
Sophomore. Aunt Winnie, I'm worried.
Oh, dear, don't let it worry you. Why, it's perfectly natural for children to love their toys.
Oh, no. I mean that Uncle Herbie came to my office today and begged me for a job, any job.
Oh, that. Well, Herbie just wants a job to keep busy.
Oh, I don't get it.
Didn't he tell you? Why, he sold the store. He had a good offer.
$35,000. Not bad, huh? From now on, he's going to take life easy. Just have fun.
Oh, well, now, hold on a minute. You say $35,000?
Well, of course, it's worth a lot more, but you know Herbert, he hates to haggle.
Well, who's buying it?
It was Gummidge who made the offer.
Gummidge, from Mammoth Stores? Oh, well, something's very, very wrong around here. Don't misunderstand me. It's a very nice little place. It's worth $5,000 or $6,000 anyway, but $35,000.
Really, Junior? If my husband says...
Oh, hello. Mr. Gummidge, please. Oh, hello, Horace. This is Fred C. Dobbs, Jr. I'm calling as an old friend of Herbert T. Gillis. I understand you made an offer to buy his store. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. 6,000. Well, okay, Horace. What? Oh, no, Mr. Gillis is a nice enough fellow. Oh, well, I'm sure he was just on edge when you talked to him. Oh, okay, but I'll see you around, Horace. And Winnie, Dobie, I just don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. We heard.
I don't know what's going on around here or what's wrong with Uncle Herbie, but if I can do anything to help...
Thanks, Junior. I think we better handle this ourselves.
Oh, gee, I just feel awful about this. Well, now, you just call me if there's anything I can do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you. We'll take care of it. Thanks very much.
Dobie, you know who's responsible for this, don't you?
Give me 3 guesses. I don't want my name to come up right away.
It's our fault. It's not your father's.
I know.
We drove him to it. We made him feel that he had to keep us in mink and cars and fancy clothes just to earn our respect.
I'll admit I've done a lot of respecting behind the wheel of this car.
And Dobie, dear, you know what we have to do now, don't you? And gladly.
You bet I do. We've got to take all these things back to where we bought them. The presents, the clothes, my beautiful new
Yes, dear.
Gladly. Glenn. What's the use kidding? Taking the presents and the car back to the store was unpleasant. Well, maybe not really unpleasant. I think the word for it is murder, but it was worth it. I mean, just look at what a sweet, wonderful guy my dad really is.
Winnie! Dobie! What's going on around here? A man leaves the place for an hour and the whole joint falls apart.
You hold it. Hold it. The wrong film again. Well, you can't blame Dad for being in a low mood. Getting turned down for a job like that's enough to make anybody feel beat and miserable and useless.
You rang?
Oh, hello, Maynard.
Like, hi, Mr. G. You seen Dobe around?
Huh?
Dobe, your son. You remember him, kind of medium tall with brown hair?
Maynard.
No, I'm Maynard. Dobe's your son. You remember him.
I know you're Maynard. I remember him, the international playboy.
That's the fellow.
Yeah, I think he's upstairs.
No, he isn't, Dad. He's right here.
And so is the international playgirl.
Oh, bonjour, mes amis. And what are you international play people doing here while the smart shops are still open, huh?
Drop the act, huh, Dad?
Drop the act? What act? What are you talking about?
Dear, we know the truth. We talked to Junior Dobbs.
And he told us about Mr. Gummidge and the $6,000 offer for the store.
Junior Dobbs, Gummidge, six, well, I don't know what you mean. I mean, after all, Winnie, I've been dreaming again. And then I started making things up, and then I start believing in myself. Oh, I'm just no good.
He's got a point.
Maynard.
Dear, don't blame yourself. It was our fault if we hadn't been just so thinking about ourselves all the time.
$6,000, boy, that's a lot different from $35,000.
Yeah, about $400 or $500 different.
So the convertible's back on the showroom floor.
And the mink is back at the store, and so are all the other clothes.
Sorry I can't return the bubble bath, but it's all used up. It was delicious.
Look, I want you people to have those things.
Dear, those things are not important.
So we'll lose a few bucks in deposits.
No, I don't deserve a warm, loyal-hearted family like you.
Sure you do, Dad.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, he don't.
Yes, I do, and never mind.
You're a fine man, Herbert. And we love you even if you're not a millionaire.
That's a wonderful sight to behold, isn't it? Dad and his family back together again, and happy. But there was still something missing. Dad felt that his lifetime of work in the store added up to a great big nothing, until the customers proved he was wrong.
Mr. Gillis, do you expect me to go running around doing my own shopping, raising my kids, planning menus, and feeding all that company without you helping? You get on that phone right now and call my husband and tell him how much you need. I've already got him brainwashed.
Herb, we can't now start lugging our own groceries and shopping weekdays in regular hours, and especially paying cash.
You've got obligations to us, Mr. Gillis, and to everybody else in this neighborhood. You're not some stranger who can just open and close the store whenever he pleases or go out of business just because he feels like it.
Herbert T. Gillis, you are our friend, and don't you forget it.
What did I tell you, Dad?
Dobe, when this is all over, you better aim me toward home. I'm getting too misty to travel.
Now, just a minute, just a darn minute. I am a full-grown man and an independent retail merchant. And I will sell out if I want to. And I will open the store or close the store, whatever I feel like. And I feel like keeping it open. This is a business establishment, not a three-ring circus. I got work to do. Come on, out, everybody out. Here we go, that's it. Come back and get me. You take the afternoon off, Dobie. You take as much time off as you want, baby.
Me too?
Oh, no, honey. You know something, Winnie?
What, Herbie?
I am one lucky grocer.